Hey guys, it's Crazy Tom here, about to review for you round 4 of the NFL season. Of course, my rankings from 32 to number 1. Where does your team rank? Well, I'm going to tell you in just a couple of moments. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse my process and make this a shorter video this week because I had one on tap yesterday. YouTube has been having some issues, unfortunately, and I certainly had issues trying to get the thing uploaded. So I'm going to do a condensed version of round 4. I mean, you guys can call it week 4. I call it round 4. I call the NFL a 17-round boxing match in which everyone does get a week off. Last week, the Redskins and Panthers had the week off. This week, coming up, it'll be the Bears and Buccaneers having the week off. But I'll give you my rundown from 32 to 1, and I will do it without explanation. After I'm done with number 1, I'll give you my explanations in order as to why. First, number 32, dead last, the Arizona Cardinals. 31, the Buffalo Bills. 30, the New York Jets. 29, and right next to them, the New York Giants. 28, the Indianapolis Colts. 27, the San Francisco 49ers. 26, the Houston Texans. 25th, the Oakland Raiders. 24, the Detroit Lions. 23, the Atlanta Falcons. 22, the Pittsburgh Steelers. 21, the Minnesota Vikings. 20, the Cleveland Browns. 19, the Dallas Cowboys. 18, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 17, Seattle Seahawks. 16, the fill-in-the-blank Chargers, Carson, Los Angeles, what have you. 15, the Denver Broncos. 14, the New England Patriots. 13, the Philadelphia Eagles. 12, the Green Bay Packers. 11, the Carolina Panthers. 10, the Washington Redskins. 9, the Miami Dolphins. 8, the Baltimore Ravens. 7, the Cincinnati Bengals. 6, the Jacksonville Jaguars. 5, the Chicago Bears. 4, the Tennessee Titans. 3, the New Orleans Saints. And instead of doing 2 and 1, I gave a tie for first because they're the only 2 teams left as unbeatens, the Los Angeles Rams and Kansas City Chiefs. If I were to choose 1, 2, I would say Kansas City first over LA because LA has had 3 straight home games, but each week they have improved in points. 33, 34, 35, and now 38 points against the Vikings. Boy, they're going to have some interesting things coming up as they play the Seattle Seahawks in a very underrated good game coming up on Sunday. And the Kansas City Chiefs, what can you say about Patrick Mahomes? Last 2 drives against Denver, drove for touchdowns, ended up winning the game. I would probably lean Kansas City over LA because Kansas City's played 3 road games and the Rams have played 3 straight home games. Both teams can be picked off next week. I'll explain why as I go down. But as I reverse, 3 was the New Orleans Saints, had an impressive road game against the New York Giants. Now, I want to say something else too. And actually, no, I'll skip that. Let's run through the teams and I'll run through what I was going to try and get. The Saints did very well at the Giants. I thought they'd be picked off, but the Saints defense better than anticipated. And I kind of felt that they needed a lift in the worst way. Now, the Saints are out. They're home to Washington on what could be a historic Monday night. Drew Brees goes for the all-time NFL passing record. The Tennessee Titans were 4 because of their win over the Eagles. I mean, offensively, they're not that impressive, but hey, they're gutty. But they could be picked off on Sunday when they play at Buffalo. The Chicago Bears are at number 5. Impressive win over Tampa Bay. They will stay at number 5 next week as they have the bye week. Number 6, they may have won, but they fell a spot. The Jacksonville Jaguars, I mean, they turned the ball over a lot, but the Jets just never took advantage of the points off turnovers. So the Jaguars, they could be in a big spot here come Sunday. They're at Kansas City, which could be one of the games of the week. Jacksonville could pick Kansas City off coming off a short week. Then the Cincinnati Bengals are 7. They're home to Miami. And you got to remember, the Bengals, a dramatic win at Atlanta. Now they're home to Miami, who could be reeling a little bit, and they've lost 2 offensive linemen for the season, those Dolphins. We'll mention them shortly. The Baltimore Ravens, impressive win at Pittsburgh. They're number 8. And the Ravens, they'll be at Cleveland, and that could be a game where they could be in a little bit of a trap coming off a big Sunday night rivalry win. The Miami Dolphins are number 9, but right now, I mean, they haven't been a real good team. Tennessee might be the only one, but Oakland, not great. The Jets, they're bad. And now they're at Cincinnati. That could be a tough spot for them considering their injury problems. The Redskins didn't play last week. They stayed at number 10, but they traveled to play the Saints. Number 11, the Carolina Panthers, hosting the New York Giants on Sunday. Could be a big bounce back for them. The Green Bay Packers, ho-hum. They slipped up at Washington, but the Bills, they're the Bills. They were just pathetic, and the Packers just tore them apart. They're at Detroit on Sunday. This could be a little bit of an interesting game for them. The Eagles, desperation game. They're number 13 this week after falling apart against Tennessee. They're obviously not the Super Bowl team they were last year. This year's edition, boy, do they miss Patrick Robinson. Tough thing. But Alshon Jeffrey helps with the receiving. Now they just got to get their defense and offensive line together. They're home to Minnesota. That's going to be a desperation game for both teams, I think. But the Eagles are probably in a better position as far as the division is concerned. The Patriots are number 14. They host Indianapolis on Thursday night, or tonight, actually. I mean, the Patriots, you can never count them out under any circumstance. The Denver Broncos are number 15, and you knew when the calendar turned to October, things were going to change, and they have, because now the Broncos are dealing with some very interesting things. They have to travel on a short week of rest at the Jets. Could be a tough chore for them. The Chargers are 16. Gutty win against the 49ers on Sunday, but the 49ers were just as gutty, and I thought the Chargers were going to blast them. Didn't turn out that way. Still a very solid team, though. They had the biggest move, and all I have to say is they could still battle for the division, although they wouldn't win the division anyway, because when you host a game, even a wild card game, as far as the playoffs are concerned, 28,000 seat stadium for a wild card game, no, it doesn't work. From a financial standpoint, it doesn't work. Just like the Oakland A's being the New York Yankees in a wild card game, no. Everything's financial in nature. You got to think about it. 17 is the Seattle Seahawks, and they play the Rams, hosting them in a big game. And I'll tell you what, probably one of the biggest games that are not getting much attention. We'll see how the Seahawks do without Earl Thomas, who basically is starring in the new Broadway play, The Broken Leg, as he is surrounded by a large cast. So go out and see him. Tampa Bay is 18. They'll hold at that spot for next week, and of course it'll be a bye week for them. They got absolutely decimated against the Bears. Not only did Ryan Fitzpatrick lose his magic, but he lost his starting job too. O.J. Howard, their tight end, he's out for a couple weeks. Jameis Winston got his job back. Tampa Bay is a mess, but at least they have a little time to work on it. The Cowboys are 19, but still not really impressive. Their defense at least has been holding them afloat. And I think really the biggest thing for them, if their defense can do that and the offense can get their act together, they may actually be okay. But we'll see when they play at Houston on Sunday night. The Browns at number 20. Yeah, they became the Browns when they lost to the Raiders in overtime, but they have a chance to pick off the Baltimore Ravens, who came off a big division game on Sunday night. So the Browns, they might be better than some people think. We'll see what happens. The Vikings are 21. Of course, that desperation game against Philly. They're more desperate than the Eagles are when it comes to the division. The Vikings are winless in their last 3. They're 1-2-1. They need this game, I think, more than the Eagles do. 22, the Steelers, and these next two teams are playing each other. 22, the Steelers, 23, the Falcons. The Steelers, oh boy, they're a mess. And Le'Veon Bell's coming back during week 7 when there's a bye week. Shouldn't that tell you maybe he'll be traded by then? And the Atlanta Falcons, boy, they're decimated with injuries right now. They've lost 5 starters for the season, and Matt Ryan doesn't know what to do. And they are desperate. But you know what? You know why this is happening to Atlanta? Because Atlanta hosts the Super Bowl this year. It's supposed to happen. Look, just ask Minnesota last year as to why they got belched in the championship game. 24 is the Detroit Lions. Gutty effort against the Cowboys. I thought they would have more of a letdown. They did not. They'll be ready for Green Bay on Sunday, I think. 25, the Oakland Raiders. They're at the Chargers. I mean, they got their first win at least, so we'll see if they can proceed there. 26, the Houston Texans. That's because their win came off a gift by the Indianapolis Colts. But we'll see what happens if they can continue on Sunday night when they host the Cowboys. 27, the San Francisco 49ers. A gutty effort by them without Garoppolo. Now they have to start getting used to life without him. Let's see how they do against the Cardinals. 28, the Indianapolis Colts, and I mean, they threw that game away against the Texans. If Frank Reich made that fourth down, there was no guarantee that the Colts would have won. It probably would have ended in a draw, but the NFL's seen enough ties in this year. But you know what? Hey, at least the NFL says ties still exist. They just got to go back and make it a 15-minute overtime next year. 29, the New York Giants. Oh, they're just sloppy. Offensively, they're just dreadful. I mean, you would think the offense would shine with their receivers and Saquon Barkley, but if their offensive line's not doing the job, what is it worth? Number 30, the New York Jets. You would think they would score points off of the opponent's turnovers, especially against Jacksonville, but they just could not. They don't look too good. But they have a chance to pick off Denver next week on Sunday. The Giants, meanwhile, of course, they're at Carolina. Could be a tough chore for them against the rested Panther team. The Bills, they have a chance for the upset on Sunday. I mean, they called out sick at Green Bay last week, but this week they're home to Tennessee. Tennessee coming off a big win against the defending champion Eagles. Look what happened to Tampa Bay after the second round. They lost at home to Pittsburgh. Tennessee could get picked off here. And finally, the Arizona Cardinals, dead last, is the only winless team in the NFL. They are at San Francisco. I mean, what else can you say? They're the Cardinals. They had a couple big chances to pick off opponents, and they just couldn't do it. 3 of the first 4 games were at home. Still couldn't get the job done. It's going to be a long year in the Valley of the Sun. So that's why my explanations are what they were. I'll read it to you 32 to number 1. I'll end with one other thing. Cardinals, Bills, Jets, Giants. Colts, 49ers, Texans, Raiders. Lions, Falcons, Steelers, Vikings. Browns, Cowboys, Buccaneers, Seahawks. They're number 17. Then from 16 on up. Chargers, Broncos, Patriots, Eagles. Packers, Panthers, Redskins, Dolphins. Ravens, Bengals, Jaguars, Bears, and finally Titans, Saints, and tied for first, the Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs. One more thing before I go. Let me show you this real quick. This, of course, is a pink ribbon. Yes, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And for those of you who are watching, remember that the NFL is teaming up in regards to helping spread the word about breast cancer awareness and education to so many fans, and that is thanks to women's fraternity Zeta Tau Alpha, who of course is, if I can find the paper which I was reading from a prior video, Zeta Tau Alpha is the official fan outreach partner of the National Football League. And by the way, they'll be celebrating their 120th year as an organization come October 15th, so early congratulations to them. ZTA has worked with all 32 NFL teams to spread the message of breast cancer awareness to over 5 million fans across the country. 17 teams this year will be participating in the Crucial Catch in 2018. So please come visit them and support them when their time comes. I'll give you the dates. Of course, this Sunday, the Buffalo Bills, Houston Texans, Pittsburgh Steelers, Cleveland Browns, and the Chargers will all be hosting a Crucial Catch this Sunday. On Monday, the New Orleans Saints will be hosting a Crucial Catch for breast cancer awareness. Next Thursday, the Giants will be hosting a Crucial Catch in their big Thursday night showdown with the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles. Then on the 14th, the Tennessee Titans, Cincinnati Bengals, Washington Redskins, Denver Broncos, and Atlanta Falcons will be hosting a Crucial Catch. On October 21st, the Chicago Bears, Jacksonville Jaguars, and Baltimore Ravens will host a Crucial Catch. And then on October 28th, the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams will host a Crucial Catch. Now, the other 15 teams have other ideas and probably do their own things for breast cancer awareness. Just check out their respective websites for more information on that. So make sure you support breast cancer awareness and education, and may this be the year that the Crucial Catch becomes a crucial cure. Hey guys, thank you very much for watching my weekly video. It's Crazy Tom signing off for now, and come back next week to see what happens after 5 weeks of the NFL season with my countdown of the top 30 of the 32 teams I rank in the National Football League. Now hit hard, play hard, and finally, with the permission of Zeta Tau Alpha, they trademarked it, think pink.